Welcome back to Showbiz Insider. So design is where science and art break even, and Dubai Design Week had an epic return. A huge convergence of talent and ideas, really positioning Dubai as an evolving global design hub. Einstein said, "Creativity is intelligence having fun." And if design is thinking made visible, then everything is design. Therefore, the scope of Dubai Design Week was almost overwhelming. 550 designers and 6 days of groundbreaking ideas. So Cyril, over 150 events throughout the city, so it's literally doubled in the last year. How has the vision for the entire event expanded as well?
It's a celebration for design community. So from the professionals to everyone who loves design, we really wanted to have an opportunity for everyone to experience design. Because design is everywhere, you know, and it's important to go from food design to university to also brand new technology. And at the same time, it's good for everyone to probably discover that around the corner where they live, there's someone who's great in design they had no clue of. So by this system of opening doors, but also workshops in the city, it's a great opportunity for everyone to discover this.
Absolutely. Now, the entire event is so vast. Can we talk a little bit about the key areas, maybe starting with Abwab, the pavilions?
Absolutely. In the Dubai Design District, we have the main non-commercial initiatives. That means exhibitions like Abwab, where we welcome 6 countries this year: Algeria, the UAE, but also India, Iraq, Palestine, and Bahrain. And we also have a very strong iconic city exhibition on Cairo. Cairo today, we haven't heard, maybe sadly, any news about the cultural scene of Cairo since the revolution. And we have this exhibition now made by 60 designers and artists. It's interesting because last year when we did the iconic city, it was Beirut and it was a retrospective since the 1950s. So as an opposition, we wanted to look at a city as a snapshot right now. And there was no other obvious choice eventually in the region than Cairo, because we know there's a very strong cultural heritage from the city, but we haven't heard anything from them.
Sculptural and architectural public installations were positioned around the city. Hexalite is a stunning kaleidoscopic piece exploring aspects of metaphysics.
First of all, this is a collaborative work between myself and Swarovski, and it started about, I would say, 10 months ago. The piece is called Hexalite, and it's a kaleidoscopic art installation. It's basically a mix between art, design, and artisans, working with craftsmen, working with different types of material to create this sort of interactive piece.
So how is it interactive? So you look through the kaleidoscopic hexagons?
Well, the whole idea is to create this sort of multi-dimensional kind of sculptural piece, and then the other idea is to actually have the kaleidoscopes inserted in different locations through the sculpture. So if you could look through this, you'd be able to see the reflection through the other side of the city.
It's very playful. Does it have elements of sacred geometry? So you're using hexagons, 33 hexagons, obviously the power of 3, the number. Tell me about that aspect, the sacred geometry aspect.
Well, there are 33 hexagon cells, and there are around 1,145 Swarovski crystals on the piece. I work a lot with methods from metaphysics, sometimes from also numerology and sacred geometry. So the mix of all of these creates this very bold and significant mix to the piece that gives it some sort of power or some sort of attraction to it.
The Global Grad Show showcased thought-provoking projects that may create our future. The world's new generation of innovators highlight inventions that empower, sustain, and connect. What is special about the ideas that graduates are coming up with? They're not people who are already in the workplace. So I think they probably have these really organic, fresh, unique ideas.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They have their own ideas, and they're basically not responding to a client. So a lot of the projects are coming from the heart. And a lot of the projects are responding to issues that they personally experience or that they think are really essential. One project, for instance, we have from a student from Mexico is a device which allows people in a wheelchair to drive a car, and he himself is in a wheelchair. So you can see that these projects are actually, they have an urgency which is coming from the actual lived experience of the designer.
It's just amazing. I was reading that there's an autism empathy tool, and you also mentioned earlier there's a focus on the refugee crisis and inventions that they're creating to aid in some way. Tell me a little bit about these.
Yeah, well, we have a couple of projects which are directly responding to that. One of them is a sort of coat that's been designed, and it's basically a raincoat, but when you unfold it, you can use it as a sleeping bag or as a tent. And this is obviously for migrants who are on the move and don't know where they're going to spend the night and probably have to sleep outside.
Yep, it's back to the future. So how do you actually feel virtual reality? The Res Infinite Synthesizer Suit provides an immersive experience through 25 vibro-tactile channels with touch sensations to interact with a VR world. Matatona is a series of multi-use toys that change along with a child's development. And there's even a microphone that transforms vocal sounds into digital beats.
This year with Downtown Design, the trade show, we're welcoming 5 design weeks. Reykjavik from Iceland, Barcelona, Beirut, Taiwan, but also Addis Ababa. So if you want to discover furniture from Ethiopia, then it's the place to go. There are a great mix of brands, international brands, regional brands as well for the first time. And then, as I mentioned, these 5 countries from around the world as well.
100 brands participating from 28 countries, presenting furniture, fabrics, lighting, bathrooms and kitchens, partnering with 6 other design weeks from around the world.
Downtown Design, we're entering our 4th edition. We're going to have over 100 brands from 28 countries, of which 43 haven't exhibited at Downtown Design or in the region before. Of that, we have 10 new regional brands. We have established brands that will be launching brand new concepts for the first time at Downtown Design. And then we have so many interesting additional things, not only for people who are involved in the business of design, but for people who want to buy design, to come and kind of explore what the key trends are, to interact with some lovely pieces. We have beautiful installation at the centre of the fair. So it's pretty much something for everyone, but we are essentially a trade event.
The exhibition Abwab explores the design narrative of 6 countries from the region. Abwab means doors in Arabic, and this literally presents a portal into Algeria, Bahrain, India, Iraq, Palestine and the UAE, all around the theme of the human senses.
The theme for Abwab is the human senses, so Algeria has decided to represent their culture through sound. So you're welcome to go into the pavilion and play the beats of Algerian music and feel their culture through your fingertips. You've got Bahrain, which is trying to revive a dormant industry, and that is the ceramic industry, but they invite designers and everyone to shape ceramic pieces onto a website that they've designed. They've tried to flip or reverse the experience so that you make something intangible a physical object.
To add to the experience, there was an impressive roster of over 30 lectures and workshops. They were aimed at everyone from design aficionados to children, really presenting Dubai as a new design capital.
Design is growing on an international level, and of course here the region is coping with that growth in design internationally. So with the creation of projects like even the Dubai Design District, and yesterday the announcement of the Dubai Institution of Design and Innovation, all of that is really helping to shape the future of Dubai and the design industry and the creative industry in general in Dubai and in the region.
Finally, I feel like from the press conference this morning that there's a real an emotional drive, like with some of the themes, the Abwab, things like that. Is that an area that you really wanted to focus on this year, like moving on from the setup of it last year?
Yeah. It's important because design affects us on an everyday basis.
Yeah.
So it is emotional because suddenly you realize, oh, I'm blocked by a situation, and then let's find someone who can help me with. It's also emotional because we have the chance here in Dubai to host countries from the region, but also from the rest of the world that we probably don't know about.
And from design to auction, it was a month of celebration and anniversaries. Next up, 250 years of Christie's.